In the dynamic world of basketball, defensive strategies are crucial to a team's success. Two primary styles, zone defense and man-to-man defense, offer distinct advantages and challenges. Understanding the nuances of each approach is essential for coaches and players alike, as it can significantly influence the outcome of a game. This script will explore the fundamentals of zone and man-to-man defenses, delve into when and how to implement each, and provide insights into countering strategies, ensuring teams can adapt to various situations on the court. Understanding man-to-man defense. Man-to-man defense involves each player being assigned to guard a specific opponent. This strategy aims to limit the offensive player's ability to receive the ball and make impactful plays. The essence of man-to-man lies in individual accountability. Each defender must know their assignment and be prepared to apply pressure. One of the main advantages of man-to-man defense is the ability to apply consistent pressure on the ball handler, which can lead to turnovers and disrupt offensive flow. Additionally, this strategy allows for flexible matchups, enabling coaches to exploit weaknesses in the opposing team's lineup by assigning stronger defenders to key offensive threats. However, man-to-man defense has its drawbacks. One significant issue is vulnerability to screens and picks, which can create separation and open up opportunities for offensive players. Moreover, man-to-man can lead to fatigue, especially if players are not conditioned properly, as it requires constant movement and effort to stay close to their assignments. Thus, while man-to-man defense can be an effective strategy, it demands high levels of stamina, communication, and tactical awareness from players. Understanding zone defense, in contrast, involves players guarding specific areas of the court rather than individual opponents. This strategy aims to create a collective defensive unit that can effectively cover passing lanes, protect the paint, and force contested shots. One of the primary benefits of zone defense is its ability to protect against drives to the basket, making it particularly useful against teams that excel in attacking the rim. By forming a wall in the paint, defenders can deter offensive players from penetrating, thus reducing high-percentage scoring opportunities. Zone defense can also conserve players' energy, since it emphasizes area coverage rather than chasing individual players across the court. This approach allows players to work together, shifting in unison as the ball moves, which can be advantageous in maintaining defensive integrity. However, zone defense is not without its challenges. A significant vulnerability lies in its susceptibility to perimeter shooting. If an opposing team has proficient three-point shooters, they can exploit gaps in the zone, leading to open shots. Consequently, effective communication and teamwork are paramount for a successful zone defense. When to use man-to-man defense. Deciding when to employ man-to-man defense is often influenced by various situational factors. For example, in late-game situations where the score is close, coaches frequently opt for man-to-man to apply pressure and potentially force turnovers. The intensity of individual defense can be a game changer in these crucial moments, where one possession can determine the outcome. Additionally, if an opposing team features a dominant scorer, a dedicated man-to-man approach allows a coach to assign their best defender to shadow this player, thus limiting their impact on the game. Furthermore, man-to-man defense is often advantageous during transition situations. After a missed shot or turnover, players can quickly identify their assignments, minimizing the chance of easy baskets. This rapid response can disrupt the opponent's rhythm and capitalize on any defensive lapses. Overall, man-to-man defense is a versatile strategy best suited for situations that require intense individual pressure, adaptability to specific offensive threats, and swift transitions. When to use zone defense. Conversely, zone defense can be a strategic choice under certain conditions. For instance, when facing a team with limited shooting ability, a zone can effectively clog the paint and force them to take difficult, low-percentage shots from the perimeter. This is particularly beneficial if the opposing team relies heavily on driving to the basket, as the zone can create a barrier that discourages penetration. Additionally, a zone defense is an excellent option when a team is young or inexperienced. It can confuse less skilled players who may struggle to recognize defensive assignments and open spaces, leading to turnovers and missed opportunities. Zone defense is also valuable when dealing with injuries or fatigue within a team. If key players are sidelined or struggling with conditioning, a zone can help mitigate the need for high-pressure, man-to-man coverage, allowing players to conserve energy while still being effective defensively. In this context, zone defense becomes a strategic asset that enhances team cohesion and coverage, ensuring that even with personnel challenges, the team remains competitive. How to implement man-to-man defense. Implementing man-to-man defense requires a focus on several key elements. First and foremost is teaching players the fundamentals of defensive stance. A low, balanced position is essential for for quick lateral movement and maintaining balance. Players should practice their footwork to ensure they can stay in front of their assignments and effectively contest shots. Positioning is also crucial. Defenders must learn to stay between their assigned player and the basket, using their bodies to deny driving lanes and passing options. Communication is another vital component of effective man-to-man defense. Players need to call out screens, switches, and help defense to ensure everyone is aware of their responsibilities. This level of awareness can prevent breakdowns that lead to easy scoring opportunities. Regular practice drills focusing on these aspects can help reinforce the importance of individual accountability and teamwork in man-to-man defense, ensuring that players are well prepared to execute this strategy during games. How to implement zone defense. In contrast, teaching zone defense involves a different set of principles focused on teamwork and spatial awareness. The first step is ensuring that each player understands their specific responsibilities within the zone. Clear communication about areas of coverage is essential. Players need to know where their zones begin and end, as well as how to help teammates in overlapping areas. This understanding fosters a cohesive defensive unit capable of shifting effectively as the ball moves. Ball movement is a critical aspect of zone defense. Players should practice shifting as a unit, ensuring that their spacing remains intact as they react to the ball. This coordination can help maintain defensive integrity and minimize gaps that offensive players could exploit. Additionally, teaching rebounding techniques specific to zone defense is essential. Players need to be aware of how to box out effectively in their designated areas, as the zone can leave them vulnerable to offensive rebounds. Emphasizing these elements during practice will prepare players to execute a successful zone defense in competitive situations. Adjustments and counter strategies. To maximize effectiveness, teams must be able to adjust their defensive strategies based on the opponent's offensive tactics. Against man-to-man defense, offensive teams can utilize screens and picks to create separation and open up driving lanes. Setting off-ball screens can free up shooters or create mismatches that exploit weaker defenders. Coaches should encourage players to recognize these opportunities and develop isolation plays to take advantage of favorable matchups, ensuring they can counteract the pressure of man-to-man defense. Conversely, when facing zone defense, offenses must adopt strategies to stretch the zone and create scoring opportunities. Quick ball movement is essential. Passing the ball rapidly can disrupt the zone's positioning and open up gaps for shots. Additionally, positioning a player at the high post can be particularly effective. This player can facilitate passing to both wings and drive lanes, exploiting the gaps in the zone and creating high-percentage scoring chances. Effective communication among players on offense is just as critical. They must work together to recognize openings and capitalize on them. In conclusion, the choice between zone defense and man-to-man defense is not merely a matter of preference. It requires careful consideration of the specific circumstances presented by each game. Both strategies offer unique strengths and weaknesses that can significantly impact a team's performance. Coaches and players must be well-versed in the intricacies of each defense, understanding when to employ one over the other based on factors like opponent strengths, game flow, and player conditioning. Ultimately, success on the basketball court often hinges on a team's ability to adapt its defensive strategy effectively. Ensuring that players are prepared to execute their roles, communicate seamlessly, and respond to the ever-changing dynamics of the game. By mastering these defensive strategies, teams can enhance their competitive edge and increase their chances of victory.